New Zealand has the highest teen suicide rate in the developed world. We are losing more of our young people to suicide than we do to car accidents and alcohol-related incidents.
For this episode of Josie T, we're going to be interviewing somebody that not only has suffered from a mental illness, she's also experienced death of a loved one.
So without further ado, here's Tōmairangi Ihaya.
Hi, my name is Tormai. My experience goes back to high school. The first time I had the thought of suicide, I would have been 14 or 15.
Whoa.
But it was something that I never really spoke about. You don't think that these thoughts are normal. Now, I actually think everyone has those thoughts.
Yep.
And you're not as alone as you think you are.
Yeah.
I started teacher aiding and helping young Māori rangatahi. Predominantly I was working with boys. A beautiful experience for me working with young people, because then I could share that wisdom, that knowledge that I had come through on that to the other side of suicidal thoughts. And I was like, yes, I'm really doing something with my life. I'm rescuing these young boys. It came as a complete shock to me, and it was the hardest thing that I ever in my young life have had to deal with, because I was so busy worrying about young rangatahi here in Auckland and rescuing them that I had actually failed to do that for my own whānau. That was a painful experience.
Was it through helping the other people that you
Helped yourself.
helped yourself in a way?
Yeah, it was through finding my own voice as a young Māori woman and having the courage to express it that I was able to then share that knowledge with other young rangatahi.
Did you ever seek help from like helpline or
Absolutely not.
not at all?
And why
Absolutely
not?
not. I don't know anyone who has called helplines before. Oh, well, I have called a helpline, but it was for a prank.
Yeah.
It was not even a thought of I should try and help myself. It was I'm worthless. There is no point. That was it.
That sucks.
What would have helped me personally was finding a community, finding a safe environment where I could talk and we could meet and we could productively do things together. I saw they started to bring in feelings and talking about your choices and how that affects people around you. This needs to be in the education system.
Yep.
We need to be teaching kids how to speak and communicate about their emotions from an earlier age. The teachers themselves need to know this for themselves, so then they can then teach that to their children.
Yep.
Definitely educating the school kids, parents too.
Yep.
My parents didn't understand what I was going through. Educating society. To say the solution to suicide is like, woo, it's so huge.
It's not just black and
It's
white.
not yet. So if you are having some of these thoughts, just know that you are not alone, and it helps to open up to someone.
Have courage within yourself that you can get through this and that you can reach out.
Yeah. If you were to give one sentence, what would you say? If you could just
I've got it. Don't forget, somebody loves you.
Thank you. Josie and TNT.